Happy
All
Monday,
right.
everybody. Welcome to Draglist Live with Bill and John. This week, we're joined by Teddy J. Saye, whose Nitro Funny Car recently made headlines when legend Billy Meyer climbed in and lit the tires down at the Texas Motorplex. Teddy's going to share what it takes to build and sustain a Nitro program, along with practical lessons racers can apply to improve their own program. We're going to put Teddy on the spot. Maybe we'll all learn that stuff together. So, without further ado, let's bring him in. Teddy J. Saye, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
We're doing all right, man. I'll tell you what, you're out there. I understand Johnson, Houston. So you guys had what about 80 degrees earlier, and it's about to drop 40 degrees on you. How's that feeling?
Yeah,
T-shirt yesterday, coat today.
we're like next door neighbors.
I love it. I love it. Well, a lot of folks I guess some of us insiders knew you're out there and putting together a funny car, but then, everybody kind of found out about it when Billy Meyer jumped in the car and did a burnout down at the Texas Motorplex. How did that thing come together?
Well, Buddy Hall and me are good friends, and Buddy had the inside. He was supposed to be the guy that drove the exhibition race up there and do the burnout. His car wasn't ready, so I was in his the car in his house. Basically, I share a shop with him, and
Hmm.
he said, "Hey, why don't you do this? It'd be good for your car and good for me." And so we said, "Let's do it." And we put Billy in the car and gave him a couple of test runs before it ever went down. And man, he was all grins. I tell you right now, he fit like a glove, and I think he could have took it right down the track and had no problems.
Yeah, I tell you, I was a teenager when he was a teenager. And of course, we all envied him because he was out there running a nitro car. But yeah, he's
Oh
been
yeah.
doing it quite a while. And I know we've had him on the show a couple times, and I keep asking him, man, when are you going to jump back in? He goes, nope, I'm done. Quit asking me that. Well, I need to get him back on here just to make fun of him for driving your car once.
Well, I think he'd want to do it again if he could. I think his daughter might have a say not to let him do it, but I was pretty much told, "Don't you let him go to that track," and I was given a pretty good ultimatum by his daughter that if I did, I was in
Well, if you've come up and jumping into the Nitro Funny Car, and I would love to cover your whole history here, but what's Billy Meyer represented to you? I guess I'm not going to make this a big Billy Meyer thing, but that was obviously someone we've all followed for years, and certainly you guys down in Texas. Tell me about what that was like meeting him and getting him in the car.
trouble. Oh, it was a treasure. You never met him before. Like I said, I was just like you. I was a kid up in the stands watching a kid drive a car, and I
Hmm.
was there going, man, I sure wish I could have. I had the bucks to do that. But uh, he was impressive. Even at a young age. He was kind of a little hero of mine, and it was a real pleasure to have him drive my car.
That's really awesome. And so we're going to jump in here and find out a little bit more about Teddy Saye and what he's got going on with his Nitro Funny Car. But please like and share the show, folks. Let your friends know we have Teddy here live. Get your questions and comments ready because JB is going to lead a racer Q&A with the Draglist Super Crew down there in the chat bleachers right here at about 8:30. So get your questions in, and John's going to record them, and we'll drop those on Mr. Saye. So Teddy, bring us up to speed on your current funny car program. Where do you run the car, and what phase is the team in right now?
Well, right now we're kind of in a transition phase. We're we switched drivers to James Day this year.
Awesome.
Uh, James is going to drive the car. We're planning on driving in Tulsa, Dallas, Odessa. Then we're going to skip it down to the IHRA race in September. We re-signed with Billy Meyer. We're going to do that. Billy Meyer Stampede of Speed again, and I don't know if he's going to get back in the car or not. He may or may not.
Great.
In October, and then we're going to round it out possibly in Memphis at the IHRA track in Memphis for the rest of the year.
That's great. Well, there are just so many, obviously the Funny Car KS is a great series, but now IHRA jumping back in, it gives you so many more options to run a nitro car than we had last year. I mean, NHRA is great, but you gotta go spend a bunch of money and try to get in those fields.
Exactly. We're basically just a one mag car. We're not a big show car. We run a 62 gallon pump. and it just makes more sense to us. Funny Car Chaos, really.
Right.
Chris has done a great job. Gave us a place to race. Loyal to Chris, but the IHRA, the money is enticing. So we decided we might try it. We haven't got the car quite together yet for IHRA, but we've got to put a Leahy system on it. We're putting a computer system on it right now. Once we get that done, hopefully by September we'll be ready.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's very exciting. I can't wait to follow along. We don't, we track them on our Draglist. It's a big old database where we have all the pros and semi-pros for since 50 on. But we had IHRA, back in the days, and for the last couple of years for the pro cars, it was pretty much NHRA only. But we're really glad to get and the eighth mile is very interesting, right? I sort of was thinking back when they went 1,000 foot, I didn't know why they didn't just go straight to 8. I don't know if it, but nonetheless, but they did what they did. But now there's 3 different distances you can drive. What's that challenge for you? Have you
Well,
looked into what that setup is?
well, it's only money if you go that extra 330 feet. It's a whole
Yeah,
lot more money.
yeah,
Extra clutch disc. Basically, for me, the eighth mile just makes more sense. It's more economical for us to run. We don't have to, like I said, we don't have to change and put 5 disc in the clutch.
hmm
We run our 4 disc setup, and we'll be just fine. The only question is these speeds are going to get faster and faster and faster, and we're probably a bubble child at the 8 spot right now, 7, 8, 9. And as far as IHRA, if it keep getting faster and faster,
right,
hopefully they'll go to 16 car field
yeah,
for the qualifier. And then I could probably stay in the middle of it. But
yeah.
time will tell whether we'll be able to stay in the mix or not, or just be a funny car chaos team.
Right. Yeah, the eye tray has been interesting to follow. So, it's still sorting things out. I mean, obviously Del Worsham doing great, but he's a big show guy with the right money. He's an NHRA top contender and world champion. So, he knows how to get something down the track, and 4.0s are going to do it now, 14s in some cases, but probably it's going to be to the point where, well, I'm thinking now 1,000 foot. But as the eighth goes on, it's going to be interesting. Folks are going to tighten up their deal and figure it out. So
Yeah, exactly. We're at 340 to 350 car
mhm,
right now. We'd have to step on our game a little bit to get it faster than that.
right,
Uh, Probably have to go to 2 mags and 2 points boxes and bump our fuel a little bit, and we could
right.
probably stay competitive. But that just takes a lot more money, and I'm not sure at this point I'm really willing to do that yet.
Yeah, because nitro racing eats money and parts fast. So with your current setup, what's the biggest operational challenge you've had to solve just to show up and make some good runs?
Well, I think the best operational thing that I've done is try to surround myself with good people.
Hmm.
Uh, hired Mike Guger. I started off
Wow.
learning the business from Paul and Gordon, and
Hmm.
he got me into nitro racing. And
Wow.
I don't know whether that's a curse or a good friend, or do I need to go over and hammer him for it. But at this point, I mean, I was a dirt tracker before this. Got into nitro racing with Paul. Paul taught me a whole lot. Then I bought Paul out. Then we hired Mike Guger, and Guger helped us get rolling. Now he's going to go full time with Buddy Hull. He's going to
Okay.
help us on the side. And I've got John Brewer. He used to be Joe Armstrong's guy, and he's crewing my car now. He's from California, lives up in Oklahoma.
Hmm.
I've got Andre Hanakamp, one of Brennan Murray's guys, and he's helping
Hmm.
me. And I've got a whole good. I got a really good crew overall. Uh,
That's awesome.
of course, James comes to the table. He's a good driver. He's a good clutch man. He can work on the car too.
Yeah.
So we've got a good team, and we've assembled a really good team together. And hopefully, we can carry it forward and go to the next step. Right now, we've been successful, but we've never actually put it all together. We win a complete race. We've qualified number 1 in the last 4 years
Wow.
at Funny Car Chaos as far as the Texas Motoplex, but we've had a hard time finishing it off. We've always had a part failure or something that kept us out of the winner's circle.
It's
So
awful
hopefully
tough.
it is, and I'm learning. And by far, I don't know. I'm not the guy to ask really advice. I tell you that right now, I'm still learning.
Right. Well, that's still ahead of anybody who hasn't put a Nitro funny car together.
Yeah,
You know, what are you?
exactly.
Who's driving for you this last couple of years with Funny Car Chaos?
John Hale's been driving for me for last
Okay,
couple.
gotcha,
And,
gotcha.
well, actually, John's been with us since we got the car together in 2021.
Okay,
So and then we switched to James. James got Buddy talked me into letting James drive the car, and James is a fantastic job. He brings sponsors and money, and even Worsham is going to help us if we go to IHRA. We're supposed to pit with them and
oh,
help
that's
us
great.
out. So that's even it's a twofold score there. He helps me with the money and helps me with sponsors and helps me put us on the map basically.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, I love them both. They're great, great guys. I know John Hale for had him on the show a couple times. We even found out we were out there with the Draglist crew at Cordova a couple years ago and took a riverboat cruise, and there was him and his crew on the riverboat cruise. We ended up just getting together and talking about drag racing. But
Well, I'm sure John will be back in the seat with one of my cars in the
mhm.
future. James is he's there for right now, but James is I think's got aspirations, and I think he could wheel anybody's car,
Yeah,
and I don't have the money to run him at full time. He really needs to be in a full time ride.
yeah, he's terrific. And another one of our pals. We've had him on the show too. So I think we might have had most of your crew on here, but certainly your drivers and a couple of the
Yeah,
co-drivers. Yeah, congrats to him. That's and to you for picking him up. I hope that goes really great.
no,
Um,
thanks.
but we talked, Teddy, about getting into a nitro car and putting it together. And you mentioned Paul Court. By the way, I want to go back to Paul because were you with him back in the '70s when he's running that Spirit of '76 Vega and all that stuff? And
No, I met Paul. We and him were both policemen.
hmm
I'm a retired policeman in Fort Worth. He's a retired policeman in Fort Worth, and I actually met him. I caught a burger in his house,
wow, oh my
and
God,
we chased him down through some tunnels, and that's how I met Paul.
oh
And
my,
I went out there with Dickie Williams and Oscar Bell and that bunch were drag racing back in the '80s, and I said, "Man, how's the police department have a car out here?" You know, and before I was ever a policeman. And then
yeah.
once I became a policeman, I got to know him. I said, "Oh, you're the guy that drove that car, up the Green Valley." And we got to be really good friends. We're still good friends.
No, he's a great guy. One of the first 5 second guys. A lot of people don't recall this. He wasn't in
Oh, yeah.
the original 16 in the club there, but when you get to out to 20, 30 cars, he was definitely one of the first 5 second cars. He was, and of course, a big part of drag racing history.
I think he was the first 5 second fill of the U.S. Nationals in Indianapolis.
That may very well be. I got to go. I have to write it all down, right? I can't keep it in the noggin anymore, but well, but for when you get started here, for folks who might want to move up to nitro or even move up to alcohol from the bracket ranks, I mean, what's the one thing you wish you had understood earlier about the preparation, budgeting, or maybe team management that you have to do?
Well, I'm learning in process. Basically, baptism by fire is how I went about it. Not necessarily the right way, but I've tried to listen to people around me. You
Right.
know, so I really, like I said, only 4 years in this field, and I jumped straight to nitro, which is kind of crazy. Most people start street racing and super comp, super gas, going all the way up, and then I just jumped straight into it. With of course,
Right.
Paul got me in there also.
Well, that's right. Well, like you said earlier, surround yourself with good people, and that's job one there.
Absolutely, it's in any business, whether it's your
Right.
trucking business or any business. You surround yourself with the right people, you'll be successful.
No, sounds good. Yeah, that's the thing to do. Don't try to do it all on yourself because this is a team sport, isn't it? Even though there's one driver, one owner, typically, one crew chief, but a whole bunch of folks making things happen.
Not any different than
Well,
running a baseball team.
well, what
It's a
are
team.
right? Did you have you any mistakes you saw or things you learned as you were running a car these first couple of years that you said, "Oh man, I'm never going to do that again"? What is it? And
Well, I've learned that you can't cut corners. If you cut corners, you're going to do it twice, 3 times, and it's going to cost you more money than it would be to do it right in the first place. You know, we went through and we ran some stuff that even with me and Paul, we were such low budget guys. We'd buy everybody else blowed up stuff and put it together and hope it ran. And we had some success. The first run we did, we ran a 350, I think a 353 Texas, and how we ran it, looking back on it, is pure luck. Pure luck.
I love it.
Yeah, David Kirkland a lot too, though, as far as the fuel system. He had one thing. We went to David. He got our fuel system right and flowed our pump and got it all right. So we were pretty squared away as far as the setup. But as far as the parts, we had one of everything. If we broke anything, we're going home.
Wow. That is amazing. You know, it's such a hair, you know, it's just a fine thing to get these things, everything to work right, everything to come together. And well, you just kind of had it all set up. That's fantastic. A 353, you string about 3-4 of them together, you'll win an event sometimes. You know, I know that, you know, people still go up and smoke with nitro cars these days. And
yeah, probably the worst mistake I think I've made, it was probably last year. We went from the Avenger body to the Charger body, and it really changed everything. You know, the extra weight, the extra downforce, and we chased our tail for the first half of the year. And in fact, we should have won Texas last year, but John had an ill handling car because every time we took off, it was scaled, but it totally needed to be scaled different. And I had to change the spindles out because of the body change. We had so much more downforce, and it would just absolutely go to the right. And he couldn't pull it back. He'd have to get out of the gas to pull it back to it. And we won the last race, but he crossed the center line, so we got disqualified in round one. We had the fastest car there. We couldn't handle it. The car wouldn't handle it for him.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, that downforce when you get going that fast. It's unbelievable the way those bodies are engineered, aren't they?
Absolutely. The Avenger body ran really good, but it was tearing apart. Every time we run 230 miles an hour, the wing was coming apart in the back. We're having to completely work on it, bolt stuff back together. And Buddy said, "Hey, we need to get this nitro body. You'd be a lot better off." Well, we got it off. We're probably better off in the long run, but the short term, it cost us.
Right. Well, let's see, Buddy. I'm sorry, you got me thinking, Buddy Hall. So, Teddy, let's go to Mr. John and see what's we got. We got the chat bleachers out there. Where former IHRA Pro Mod World Champion Dina Parisi nicknamed them the chat bleachers. I think it's the best way we've heard. But John, who's out there and what do they have to say?
Well, we're here from coast to coast tonight, and everybody's wishing everybody else a happy new year.
Yeah.
And Pete Moriello said, "What does it take? It takes money, money, money."
Yeah.
And
yeah, Pete's a injected funny car racer from California. He probably has a blower on it now, but he runs with that Sifka circuit, and he's a real good guy and heck of a racer. Built his car completely from scratch. Pretty amazing.
yeah, Jack Red just showed up, and he says, "Good evening, everybody." And Rob McCabe said, "Good evening on this final Draglist Live of 2024.
Well, it's worse than that, 2025, but
Yeah.
it is. Thank you.
Rich Panicaro found the show. He said, Billy Meyer is an awesome dude. He built the Texas Motorplex, the first of the super tracks, and when he raced, he was a top competitor.
That's true.
And
86, man. Teddy, were you there in 1986 when that thing came out?
I was there when it opened. I was there. Yep.
That's a heck of a track. Still to this day.
Track. Yeah, well, I saw Eddie Hill, all of them. I've been there. I was there pretty much all the 80s.
Wow. Did you see that 499 that Eddie put up at the IHRA national events at one time?
I did not.
First in the fours, Mr. Hill. I know it killed NHRA. That's an IHRA run. But it was at the Motorplex.
Yep.
Now that's back then when they ran one NHRA event and one IHRA event at the Motorplex, at least that one year. I have to go back.
Yeah, I don't think I think I made the IHRA event. I didn't make the IHRA event.
Mhm. John, anybody else with the thoughts, sir, or yourself?
Well, yeah, there's a discussion going on about the IHRA right now, and about them moving it to eighth mile. Some guys are old school, and they say it should be quarter mile, but Jesse Veltman, he said cars are much faster nowadays too, but brakes are also better. And I said I'm glad to see the independent teams going to IHRA. It's more affordable, and teams can have a better chance to win, in my opinion, than if they're running the big show at NHRA. And I was thrilled to see Memphis open up again. That IHRA picked up that track, man. That was great.
What do you think, Teddy?
Right in
That's
our
actually
backyard,
not too far from you all, is it?
about 7 hours. It's perfect.
Mhm.
I told everybody on my team, I said, if we can drive there within 10 hours, we'll go. If it's over 10-hour drive, we're staying home.
That's fair.
We all work. We all, we have our Monday job. And it's hard to get back when you're that far away.
Right.
True. That's true, man.
Yeah, it's I don't know, that last 330 feet, that's where a whole lot of parts damage happens, or 320, and it's
That's where the money hits the road right there.
yeah.
Absolutely. It gets very expensive. I mean, it just be up between IHRA and NHRA, just the money that those guys have to put up versus what we spend about, I say between 7,000 to 8,000 a weekend
Right.
on a car like we've got. Now those guys are spending 50,000 and up sometimes.
Yeah, they're doing that or running easy. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's if we don't hurt anything, 7 or 8,000.
Right. Oh my gosh. Well, tell me about some of the who's some of the folks, suppliers and sponsors that are taking care of you. Do you have a list of those folks, or a couple of shout outs you have?
Oh yeah, we got Redline Oil, Mark Beatty's supporting us, Redline Oil. We got Freightlex Warehouse Solutions. We got Chick-fil-A here in Mansfield sponsoring us. We've got CP Carrillo helping us with the pistons.
Mm-hmm.
We got Buddy Hull, Vertex Roofing helping us. I've got that's the Texas Barbecue. John still out there supporting us. We got Ellis County Golf Carts, supplied our golf carts.
Nice.
He's a great guy. We just brought on a Mary Hill School and Explore Schools. We're doing a event here on January 10th at Mary Hill School in Arlington, Texas. That company owns like 200 some schools, and we're doing a transportation fair there where the kids get in the car and get looking around. They'll have a police car, a fire truck, that kind of thing. We're bringing Nitro funny cars to them, so kind of something different, and they're helping us out. And we're looking for sponsors. We need a ride sponsor. We need a Dead Gum Baron sponsor. You name it. If you got a sponsorship, we're willing to listen. Trust me.
Teddy's ready to deal. So we'll make sure we got your contact info. You can reach out to us here or reach out to Teddy.
Yeah. Saye Logistics is sponsored most of it. And,
Tell us a little bit about Saye Logistics. What is your business there, Ted?
I have a flatbed company. We haul for Cummins mainly, and then we have a Conestoga units we haul for tower extrusion over in Texas. We haul all over the country, and we haul all oil field frac units, generators, you name it, for Cummins.
Got it. So, that's fantastic. You're a hardworking guy on the track and during the week with another great team of folks, no doubt.
No, absolutely.
Well, what is if someone's let's go to our help a racer segment. If someone's running a bracket car, alcohol car, or even a street car, what habit or discipline from Nitro racing do you think would immediately make them better? Is there something that folks can take away from your experience here, even as you're learning?
pay attention to detail. It's details matter.
Mm-hmm.
The race is won at the shop, not on the track.
Got it. So
So
the old measure twice, cut once.
exactly. Prep's the main idea. You get it done at the shop. You don't work on it as hard as the racetrack. You still work on it, but at least you have everything prepped and ready to go, everything organized, everything in the right place, and everybody on your crew knows their job.
Got it. Well, it's really exciting to hear about your 2026 schedule. I know that we're folks are going to be looking forward to following you along out there. Do you have it pretty much settled in? You mentioned where you thought you might want to go. Is all of that stuff pretty much locked in at this point?
Well, I think the first three races are what's locked in. Stampede of Speed's locked in October. We're gonna do we're going back to my old colors in August. I think we're gonna go back and have the funny car rewrapped in the Texas Motoplex colors, and do some displays for them for the October race. And then basically the two IHRA races we've kind of got them penciled in and scheduled, but according to how things go, we might have to unschedule them and schedule something else in place, because if they get down to the 320s or the teens, and it's going to take a 335 to qualify, we may reconsider. But if we can get in the if 340s and 350s will still do it and get qualified, we'll probably show up.
It sounds great. What is your combination right now, Teddy? What are you running? A TFX, just sort of mild, or?
I got TFX. We run Brad heads. We're running standard Brad fuel heads, old style Brad fuel heads. It's a regular intake manifold, a 1471 SSI blower, running a 62-gallon Waterman pump, single mag. That's basically it,
Are most of the Funny Car Chaos cars single bag, unless the touring pros that might drop in now and then?
Well, yeah, I would say majority of them are. You got Joey and the Ferris boys, they run dual mag. But, and I've got the dual mag, and I got the dual mag now, so I can put the mag in. Just the way I look at it, just every run, 8 more plugs and 8 more things to do, and more money. But if we stepped it, I've got a pump that's a 74-gallon. If we decide to put that in, we'll definitely have to go with the dual mag.
Right.
62, 63 gallons, probably right on the edge of a single mag.
Can't burn
we
it
run
all.
a hot. What's that?
So you can't burn it all, or you don't want to lean out, exactly. I guess. But.
Exactly. We as it is, a Guger got us a hot mag. We got a 58 amp mag in the car right now, so that's helped a lot.
Well, that's really great. Well, let me chat with you on this. Is there somewhere folks can follow along with you online or elsewhere? Do you have a website or a Facebook page?
We have a Say It Loud Facebook page. You follow us on Facebook. Got Martin Gordon, one of our teammates. He does our social media. We always use help with that, but that's pretty much it. Say It Loud Funny Car page. It's open to the public. You type in Say It Loud and use SAYE it loud. It's not on my name. Buddy came up with that. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to run the Red Baron. My wife didn't like it. And I didn't want to. That was Paul's. Red Baron was kind of Paul's deal, and I said, well, you know what? I'll break out when it come out. I'll put my own deal. I'll put my own stamp on it, and that's how that happened.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Say It Loud. It writes itself, the headlines.
Yeah.
Well, Teddy, let's check in one more time with John. John, any final thoughts from you or from the crowd before we have to say farewell, Mr. Saye, for 2025? Whoops, you're on mute, my friend.
Sorry about that. No, you're giving us a great interview, Teddy. We're enjoying it. We don't have a lot of comments or questions at this point. There's still the IHRA alternative to the NHRA racing, and that's been a discussion going back and forth. But what do you think about Memphis coming up?
I love it. The idea, even if we can't qualify there, just like 2 qualifiers, pay $7,500.
Yeah.
We run a whole. We win a funny car chaos race. We make $7,500.
Right.
So
Sorry,
we
Chris,
can
you
go
had
up
to
there
say
and
it.
not qualify and get $7,500.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
There's why I bought the Leahy system, and there's why we're putting the computer in the car and trying to do the upgrades to get us where we're IHRA legal.
Right. Oh, that's great. And it's a great old, good old Millington, Tennessee. That's a fast track. They used to run those, I guess it was IHRA national events or even NHRA. They ran them in the fall, and ooh, that was a fast track. The air was just right, and everything worked out great. So, well,
Forward to seeing it. I've never been there.
oh, and I never have either in person, but that's really good. And they even had the World Series of drag racing there once, believe it or not, a couple years ago. But well, Teddy, I wish you all the best. I love independent funny car racers and people out there fighting the good fight on Nitro. And I think with all the opportunities, Funny Car KS and IHRA, and I think you have an opportunity. And Mr. James Day, which we send our love to, and his lovely wife, who both been on our program. Good folks. I'd love to see you guys do well, and we'll be checking in with you in 2026 to see how everything's going.
Look forward to it.
Thank you so much for taking some time tonight, sir. Have an awesome, awesome New Year celebration. I hope you had a great Christmas. We did, and hope everybody out there did. And we'll catch you somewhere down the road.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Teddy J. Say It Loud Motorsports. Thanks so much for joining us, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. We are out, and let's say farewell to Teddy, and let's go to John Bockelman for this week's JB's Take and the Racer of the Week. John?
Thanks, BP. My pick for Racer of the Week is Jessica Canaris, also known as the Fox Lady. Jessica was recommended to me by our producer, Kay Thurkelson. Thanks, Kay. Jessica calls Inverness, Florida, her home. In December 2024, Leadfoot City's owner and mayor, Achilles Thomas, opened an 8th-mile drag strip in Brooksville called Leadfoot City. What started as a simple, wow, I want to do that, quickly became, I can do that. On January the 13th, 2025, during Leadfoot City's Floret Friday, Jessica made her first ever pass down a drag strip in her small block 302 blue and silver Fox Body manual GT, the very car she learned to drive in. Later, the car transitioned to an AOD and was supercharged, achieving a best run of 7.979 seconds at 86.17 miles per hour. Fast forward to her next adventure, which is picking up another 89 LX Fox Body, lovingly known as Little Miss Maroon. This stock street car with a Holly intake, a T5 manual transmission, and nitrous has given the Fox Lady countless passes, endless fun, and steady progression. She's proudly continued to participate in Floret Friday test and tune sessions and recently stepped into the world of no prep racing. With this car, Jessica achieved personal bests of a 002 reaction time and a run of 8.235 seconds at 85.31 miles an hour. She is deeply grateful to Leadfoot City and its incredible staff for their unwavering support, guidance, and patience as she continues to learn and grow. She sends a huge thank you and all her love to her daughters and to her guide, Jesse Veltman, for believing in her every step of the way. Jessica, I have Jesse scheduled to be a Racer of the Week in February, so we're looking forward to that. She sends a huge thank you and endless appreciation for Jessica's entire track family, who make every event feel like home. She said, thank you, Kay Thurkelson and John Bockelman, for giving me this opportunity. I'm honored, excited, and so grateful for the journey ahead. Well, Jessica, thanks for sending us this great story. You're an awesome drag racer and an awesome person. We wish you good luck, safe racing, and the best of times in the future. Everybody stay safe and well. You were the most important part of this show, and we love you all. It's a great way for us to spend an hour together on a Monday night. Have a great 2026, folks. We'll see y'all next time. God bless America. Back to you, BP.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Awesome stuff. And what a great racer of the week. Looking forward to that other racer of the week you mentioned as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some events coming up. January 10th and 11th. Oh my gosh, it's just about 2 weeks away. It's the Drag Fest Indoor Drag Racing Showcase in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. A couple days of really great indoor car show featuring the drag racing gang and fantastic fantastic images are popping up on my Facebook and elsewhere from events in the past years, and I know this year is going to be great as well. Also coming up January 17th, it's the Foot Brake Practice Tree Winter Nationals, part of the Cars for Kids fundraising deal up at Lenny Lottig's place in Pennsylvania. We have got the poster for both of these events up on the Drag Racing List Facebook page, so check them out. Let's go to upcoming guests. I'm going to announce them all right now. Here's a couple of changes. You've noticed some changes to the show. We're going to be making more changes for next year. I've brought in a coach advisor to tell us how we can grow this channel a little bit. And some of the things he's mentioning is that some of these last segments that we do should be in a rolling set of credits towards the end. So we're going to maybe go to that. But while we got you, I'm going to announce some folks. I'm going to go through the whole list now through the end of February 2026. So thanks to Kay Turkelson, thanks to Pete Moriello and others. Here's what we got coming up. Next Monday night, the world champion Richard Gadsden, NHRA Pro Stock Motorcycle Champ for 2025. He just confirmed, sent us a note, said I'll be there. And so look out for Richard Gadsden next Monday night. On the 12th, Scott Woody Woodruff. We talked about IHRA tonight. Scott is going to come on and tell us all about the 2026 plans for IHRA. They keep dropping bombshells at PRI and elsewhere, but we're going to hear from the guy himself on the 12th. On the 19th, Mason McGahey, NHRA Pro Stock Racer, is going to join us. Excited about that. And I am announcing this for the first time tonight. Kay is so excited about that because we're going to feature the father and son team of Chad and Hunter Green, NHRA Fuel Funny Car Racers, are going to join us on January 26th. So be here for that. Going into February on the 2nd, Luke Bogacki, IHRA double champion, plus a great sportsman racer for many, many years. On the 9th of February, excuse me, Vito Macholo from the Nostalgia Pro Mod Association. On the 16th of Feb, McKenna Bold, the top alcohol dragster driver, announcing that for the first time tonight. Looking forward to talking to McKenna. And then I talked to my friend today, as I do many times a week, February 23rd, ladies and gentlemen, world famous animal Jim Foyer, one of the great pro mod superstars. He will be joining us on the 23rd of February. March and April shows are well underway, being planned, and Kay is just scouring the country for great talent. So thanks so much to Kay. Thanks to Pete. Thanks to John for getting all those great guests for us. And we're looking forward to it. Let's go into those we lost, folks. This, of course, we were off for a week to a couple more names. I mean, time marches on, but we lost Doug Smith on the 15th of December. Doug was a modified production racer. You may remember Smith and Henneberry. Pat Henneberry was his partner. They raced modified production races when it was a category. Farewell to Doug. Also, this is Animal Jim sent me this personally. Bruce Kissy passed away on the 16th. Bruce was Animal Jim's, he was like a brother to Animal Jim Foyer. He helped Jim get his first big animal car race ready and was his first crewman in the early 70s and later in the 80s, IHRA Pro Stock and Match races. Animal Jim said, we all love Bruce, RIP buddy, from Animal Jim. Bruce Kissy passing away on the 16th. Jim Lydon passed away on the 17th. Jim raced Superstock Mopars and Chevys. So farewell to Jim. Another big name in the sportsman ranks, Bob Kaiser, passed away on the 18th of December. Bob was part of the famous Heffernan and Kaiser team that raced Comp Eliminator. Really, really top running team for many, many years. I know that Rob McCabe, I can see where he went in recently and made a bunch of updates to the Heffernan and Kaiser team. So farewell to Bob Kaiser on the 18th. And finally, Fred Burris, great stock eliminator racer, passing away just last week on the 23rd. So farewell to these great racers. Condolences to the family and friends, and thanks for the thrills over the years, guys. Um, John, that takes us to the end of the show. Any final thoughts from you as we say farewell to the 2025?
Well, I had a great time tonight, and Teddy Joe Saye is a cool guy, man. He gave us a great interview. He's a very down to earth racer, and I appreciated him coming on the show. We got started a few minutes late, but that's not a problem with me, man. I'm not on a schedule like
That's
you
right.
know like most of the rest of the world is. I'm with Draglist, no matter
Great to
what
be
time
retired,
we're
brother,
on.
isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I appreciated our races over the week being here with us tonight, and we just had, let's see, Steve, Rob said, Bob Kaiser, he said, I just updated Steve John's entries as well for his results.
Awesome. Thank you, Rob. Doing a great job as always.
Yes, he is. And so is Kay, and so are you, and so are all of us. I'm just real happy to be here, and I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Be safe out there. If you have too much to drink, call a cab.
That's right. You drank like a fish, swim home. Don't be trying to drive.
Right.
Thank you, John. And I want to thank Teddy Say. He was great. Thanks for coming on, sir. John Bockelman, my brother, taking such good care of us. He's great. 3 major posters every single week, plus all the social media promotion, and he's just amazing. And my sounding board, the man I run my ideas by. Kate Turkelson is like, she's all over the place, man. We gotta, put a thumb on her, man. Know where she's gonna pop up next, but she's out there getting all kinds of great racers. They're all doing shout outs online, and it's really amazing. So thank you, Kay, for everything you do for us. Pete Mariello, our buddy, we're gonna build that Vega, man. Just if we make $1 million here on our YouTube channel, we'll sponsor that Vega. Uh, Rob McCabe doing amazing work on the drag list every single week. David Oakes with his fabulous photo reviews. By the way, we just put up a photo review of 2025 yesterday, so go check that out on the front page of Draglist. David tossed up about 15 photos and a pretty good write up on everywhere he's been. He's been all over the world, well, all over the country for Draglist and many organizations, and he covered all that for us in a nice photo review. So check that out. Mel Bashir taking care of the old guys for us. I really appreciate it. Ron Toombs, his drag list update's amazing. John Mernon II has been cranking out the photos. Of course, thanks to all our great volunteer photographers. We don't generate a ton of money. We're just here because we love the sport and all the great photographers in the sport. We have credits to all of them on every one of their shots, but they have donated that work to us so we can illustrate the drag lists. So I really want to thank John Mernon, who came on this year and said, "Man, I'll help you stick some of these photos and some of those entries," and it's been great. Of course, Jeff Gilder, we always want to thank him going way back when we got our start in 2010. Jeff was our producer and our radio host then, of course, with his son Dustin, and we wish the best to them. Of course, thanks in heaven to Danny White, the big guy, and love the Gina down there in Texas. They're great and always have been great and still great and still with us as we do every show. Please subscribe to our Draglist channel. Click the little Draglist logo down at the bottom, or as I understand it, I think you can see it in the top. I can't see it on the YouTube because he says to me, "Well, dude, you're already subscribed, but you may see a red subscribe button at the top right." I was just informed of that, so check that out. You've seen a few changes tonight. We've got some more in store for 2026, including very likely changing the name of the show. We've called it Drag List Live. Well, that means we all know what that means, but if you don't know what we're talking about, we may consider Drag Racing Live. I've looked around, I haven't seen anybody grab that, and so we may just spell it out. So that plus some other changes to the way we do the shows. We're probably going to do our live show largely like we've been doing it this last few times. But then I think as we do our edits on Tuesday mornings, we may make a couple of changes to the show. that will make it more easy to find up on YouTube. So anyway, we'll see how that all goes. Check in on draglist.com every day to see what's new. Find us on the Radio Bob Network, which showcases our shows on the internet. And finally, see you next Monday night. It's January 5th for world champion pro stock motorcycle racer Richard Gadsden. Folks, have a fabulous, fabulous week and Happy New Year. Bye, bye, bye. Is anybody happy to see 25 move on? We had a fabulous year, but it was a challenging one, right? But we survived it. Adios, everyone.